What's going on, Jerome's Raw Real Audio? Well, not really rant, more talking about the Vikings 2025 cap space situation. So the Vikings came in to the offseason with some decent cap space. Kirk Cousins, Danielle Hunter, Marcus Davenport, dead cap hits came off the books, and the Vikings were able to spend. And overall, right now, they're in pretty good shape. So the Vikings, even after putting out major contracts for guys like Javon Hargrave, for Jonathan Allen, re-signing Byron Murphy, bringing Will Fries, of course, as well as Ryan Kelly, as well as the extension for Andrew Van Ginkel. As of right, looking at watch, meme, now, the Vikings have around $14.227 million in cap space. Also, I can't get rid of this pop-up ad because if I turn on the pop-up blocker, so sites have gotten very good at this. If you turn on the pop-up blocker, all of the content goes away because they treat that as an ad. Doesn't matter. I'm sure that we'll get comments as like, "Whoa, why don't you try like Wave Humper 72 ad blocker?" Something I've never heard. Probably from Turkmenistan, and will probably erode my computer worse than LimeWire from back in the day. But anyways, it was a Vikings cap, just over $14 million. But Garrett Bradbury, remember, is a post June 1st release. Now, as a post June 1st designation, allows teams to spread cap out between subsequent seasons, this season and the next year. So the Vikings are going to take a little bit of a dead cap hit of $814K, and also they'll get $5.25 million in extra cap space. So actually, the Vikings have just shy of $19.5 million in cap space. Now, you could say, well, the Vikings have the ammo to add another big name in free agency. Who's the big name? Right? Because even at this stage, like guys like Asante Samuel, Rasul Douglas, they're not going to break the bank. And also, the Vikings are sort of up against it in the cap space in 2026, minus 51 right now. But the Vikings can restructure deals, they can extend guys, they're going to be good to go. But also being able to roll over a decent amount of cap would be kind of nice. Now, in season for incidentals, you need a couple million. Also for practice squad elevations, all that stuff. So factor in say like $4 or $5 million bucks. But ideally, the Vikings will be able to roll over 10, 12, 14 million. So that'll be good to go. Also, so this time of year when it's the 90-man roster, the top 51 is what matters. All right, so the top 51 cap hits are all that counts against the salary cap. Right now, once you get down to 53. Obviously, it's 53. But what's interesting is that the Vikings signed up their entire draft class. UDFAs are, of course, signed as well. And the top 51 cutoff, I mean, there's players below the top 51 that will likely make the 53-man roster. But because they don't have a top 51 cap hit, that's where they fall short of the calculation. So you look at the rookies, first and foremost. Where is it? So Donovan Jackson, he's for real, clocking it at $3.1 million. So this is one of the sort of the nice things about having very few draft picks, especially very few high draft picks, is that they didn't really move the needle a lot in terms of the salary cap hit they took on. So Jackson, 3.1, also had a displaced player off the top 51. And also you look at Ty Felton clocking in at just 1.1. So you're ready to rock and roll there. And then right now, the last man on the 51 is Michael Juergens, last year's 7th-round pick out of Wake Forest, just shy of $1 million. And a couple players, including draft picks like Tyrion Ingram Dawkins at 959, as well as like Max Brosner. I forgot that Max Brosner got like a huge guarantee. The UDFAs with guarantees: Joe Huber $200K, Max Brosner $236, Dante Fleming $125. It's ready to go, man. But yeah, draft picks, Bartholomew is on here too, Kobe King, just shy of that top 51. But that's really what matters at this time. And once the 53 is set, that's where we're going to go. Also, baby, do you know what that's worth? So Sam Howell, final year of his rookie deal. And the fact that he has been traded twice. So Sam Howell's signing bonus is still on the Commanders' books, which is hilarious to me. But Sam Howell for $1.1 million and a $1.1 million cap hit, that's amazing. Good stuff. I mean, his cap hit is lower than Brett Rippon-Ass, or slightly higher than Brett Rippon-Ass, which is kind of funny to me. Also, Ivan Pace Jr., this is probably the steal of the NFL right now. So Pace is in year 3 of his UDFA contract, so that's a 3-year deal plus a restricted free agent season coming up in 2026. But Pace, a $1.03 million base, and just 1,036 whatever, cap it, just around $1 million. It's just absolutely amazing, man. But the Vikings, even though 2026 looks a little scary because of the impending cap hits, I think that the Vikings are in good. Well, it's even worse. There you go. But the rollover, the fact that the estimated cap, I think, is kind of low, given a lot of the TV contracts are going to be up and all streaming deals. There's going to be a lot of money flying around. Plus, even though there's some big cap numbers, O'Neal could be extended, Grenard could be restructured and or extended, Hockenson could be cut or extended. Jefferson is not going to be counting $39 million against the cap next year. There'll be a restructure, an extension, whatever. But the Vikings certainly can finesse the cap, and I'm sure that this is something that Rob Brzezinski and Kwesi already have planned out way, way, way in advance. But your thoughts are thoughts. Vikings salary cap actually in pretty good shape. Once June 1st rolls around, Bradbury comes off the books. Let us know your thoughts. Our thoughts, comment section. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol, production value.